Good morning, students. Welcome back to our next chapter, that is reflection, and it comes under the unit coordinate geometry. What is coordinate geometry? Coordinate geometry is the branch of geometry in which two numbers called coordinates are used to locate the position of a point in a plane. So in this chapter, you will be learning what are coordinates, what are the two coordinates, x coordinate and y coordinate, and what is the plane on which we are going to locate these 2 points. So let us learn about coordinate axis. As you can see on the board that the two straight lines y dash, x dash intersect at the point O. And this is the x-axis and this one is the y-axis, and you can see here 1 at the same interval of distances. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4 has been written. Also, you have already learned in the lower classes about the graphical representation. So it is exactly the same thing, where you can see the first quadrant, which is positive positive, second quadrant positive negative, the third quadrant negative negative, and the fourth quadrant negative positive. As we know, coordinate geometry means to locate 2 points on a plane. So you can see this is a plane on which we have to locate 2 points, and suppose we are supposed to locate a point 4, 3 on the plane. So the first one 4 represents the number on the x-axis, and the second one 3 represents the number on the y-axis. And this number, the pair of number 4 and 3 represents the point P on the coordinate on the plane. And as you can see here, 4 means it starts from this point, the intersection of the two lines, and goes towards the x-axis, that is positive 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And the 3 which represents on the y-axis goes 1, 2, 3. From this 4 and 3, 2 dotted lines have been drawn, and the point where they meet is the location of the point P with the coordinates 4 and 3. 4 represents y-axis, the point on the y-axis, and 3 represents the point on the y-axis. The distance of point P from the y-axis, this is a y-axis, and the distance of point P from this 3 to the point P is called the abscissa, and the distance from x-axis to the point P, distance from x-axis to point P is called the ordinate. Or simply we can say this is the x-coordinate, 4 is the x-coordinate, and 3 is the y-coordinate. And suppose we are asked to locate the point minus 3, 4, and the point name is given as Q. So where to represent the point? Where is the location of this point Q? The first one is the x coordinate, minus 3 is the x coordinate. So this is our minus 3, and 4 is on the y-axis or the y coordinate, positive 4. So from x we will draw a dotted line, and from y a dotted line, and the point where they meet is our point Q, and its coordinates are minus 3 and 4. So this is a process by which we can locate a point on the plane, and this is the basic fundamental thing for the coordinate geometry. And then now we can proceed towards the topic reflection, which is one of the important chapter of class 10 syllabus. In reflection, we are going to find the image of the given point P on either on the x-axis or on the y-axis. Means the x-axis or the y-axis here will be the reflecting surface whose image will be on which the point P image will be formed. And you already know that the image distance and the object distance in physics, the image distance and the object distance always remains the same. The same basic will be used here. You can see here that the point P and its coordinates are 4 and 3. That means on x-axis we are going to 4 and y-axis we have gone to 3. And we are required to find the reflection of point P on y-axis. That means reflection of point P on y-axis means the y-axis will be acting as the mirror. So we know that the object distance remains same with the image distance. So the point P, this is our reflecting surface, the image will be formed behind the screen. So the point P is from here 1, 2, 3, 4. So from here also 1, 2, 3, 4. This is our reflected point of point P. So it will be marked as P dash. Now, as you can see that this was the first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant and the fourth quadrant. Here it was in the second quadrant. Now the reflected point is on the third quadrant. So what we see here is in the second quadrant we are having plus. In the third quadrant we have minus, plus, negative, positive. So here also you can see the x coordinate is minus 4 and the y coordinate is 3. So what we conclude from this is if the point P 4, 3 is reflected on y-axis, then its image formed is P dash with a small change in the sign of the coordinates and it becomes minus 4, 3. So now let us make a small change. Earlier we had reflection of point P on y-axis. Now let us make it reflection of point P on x-axis. So this point will be reflected on y-axis and x-axis and x-axis will be acting as the mirror. So the distance will remain the same. Here we move to 3 boxes. So this side also will move to 3 boxes and this becomes our point